Welcome to the Valley Grove Health and Wellness Show. I'm your host, Felicia Cawley. And today we have Miss Debbie with us. Miss Debbie is going to tell us about herself and what she do here at Valley Grove.
Hi, I'm Debbie Boucher. I'm glad to be here today. I guess the thing you would know most is I love to be a wife and a mom. That's my favorite things to do, and a grandmom. But here at Valley Grove, I'm the education and missions minister, and I get to do the things I love. I get to teach people about Jesus and make sure that we're making disciples of people. I get to plan and go on mission trips and include people here, just not only here in Texas, but all the way around the world, and so to get to reach people for Him.
That is beautiful, Miss Debbie. Very beautiful. Today's show is going to be on the coronavirus and what Valley Grove is doing to mitigate this. So before we get into all of the questions, right now, tell us the state of the church and how are the members and how they really feel about what's going on right now.
It's expected. We have some that are probably very anxious, but it's been exciting to see how many have embraced this time and are doing service online and helping people out and coming up with ways to reach the community and stay connected, like sharing verses or doing conference calls or things like that. So I really think our church is growing stronger and focusing on God even more.
Oh, that's beautiful. So how is Valley Grove mitigating the spread of the coronavirus?
Well, we're being very careful to make sure we're following all the guidelines that the government has asked us to do, like social distancing and closing down and not having more than 10 people together. And it's very important to us to show our support for them. So we are offering services online and all, and so people can still worship but not have to come in a group together.
Okay. What are members to do to stay safe?
Well, I believe we have so much information on that.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. To follow that information, like wash your hands and stay home. You know, if you need something, there's some of us that would provide it. I think prayer is the most important. That's what keeps you safe no matter what, is that hedge that God puts around you. So make sure you're praying not just for yourself, but for others. But be smart in what you do about staying in. And there's some things you can live without it. And just go by the guidelines that have been set for it.
And on the church's board, I see the scripture, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And when you talk about prayer and the power of that prayer to keep us safe, I think that that's what is needed in the church today and even in the world.
Oh, I agree with you. That's our hope, is that prayer. That's what will save us.
Yes, and that's what will actually keep us in this time of trouble. So what services would be available at the church?
Well, the church building may not be open, but the church is fully in action, and we are still having church. So our services at 10:30 will be on Facebook Live through our Valley Grove page. Our children had children's church through Zoom. Our youth had their Bible study also through Zoom. College is staying in contact through groups, questions, and things. We have people sending out verses of encouragement to each other during this time. And so there is all the ways you could be involved, and all the groups are still very active and finding even new ways to reach out to each other.
Okay. So if the warnings and advisories stay within an extended period of time, how would you advise the members of the church to move forward?
I would advise them to first use this time to continue to go closer to your family. What an opportunity you've been given to stay home and just kind of park the busyness of life. And so continue to grow yourself. You often say, I don't have time to read the word or spend in prayer, but you do now. And so this would be a great model to build for your whole life, to spend time with Him, to build that time with your family. I also would urge them, if they want to stop by and be prayed with at the church, we're here to do that. Contact your friends, the people in your Sunday school, the people you sit by on your pew, just to make sure you're still hearing voices and having that personal contact. I think it's a great time we can grow. It shouldn't be a time we look at as setting back, but a time we can love and encourage each other even more.
I love that. I love that. Keeping each other encouraged, keeping in the faith,
Yes,
and keeping strong at this time.
Oh, it's very important. That's very important.
Would the church do any outreach at this time?
Well, it's pretty neat you asked that question. As of right now, in the kitchen, people are preparing meals for shut-in and people who may not have been able to get out, and so we will deliver those today for them. We have a food pantry that is stocked and ready to help anyone who has that need. I anticipate that to become more and more as people are not getting to work. I also think it's just really cool. We're checking on people to make sure that may not have people who check on them, and so we will continue to find even new ways to not only reach our people, but to encourage the world as well as the community of Stephenville.
Great, great. And what are your last words of advice that you would love to leave us with, as a matter of fact?
I just think that you have a great opportunity during this time to serve the Lord even deeper. We've already talked about prayer. Pray for your family, our leaders, our church, the world as a whole. I also think that we should use this time to realize that this is a very scary virus that we have, but everyone has the virus of sin, 100%. Everyone is sick with sin, 100%. And so we are talking about eternity there, and so we have opportunities now to tell people like, hey, if you don't know Jesus, you're sick not just for here, but for all eternity. So we have a wonderful opportunity to spread the gospel throughout this time. I ask that you use that, and also just to grow in your family and spend time with play games and enjoy that time. I think God has given us a chance to take a break from the busyness and
Yes.
regroup.
Yes.
And I hope we all use that to know Him better and to know
Yes.
each other better.
Because when you're always busy, you can't hear God.
That is exactly right. What a great time to hear God.
A great time. Well, thank you so much,
Yes,
Miss
yes.
Debbie. You've been an awesome interview this morning.
Thank
And
you.
so stay tuned for the next Valley Grove interview.